Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and today we're talking bumpers. Specifically, this one right here. This is the Baja Bumper made by Buckstop Bumpers, and we have it mounted on the front of our 2007 Dodge Ram 3500. Now, the main reason that Callie and I got this bumper was for the added protection that it provided to the front of our tow vehicle. A lot of times we tow during the winter, and with winter comes icy and slick roads. We really were afraid of hitting elk or deer and having that take out the front end of this vehicle, maybe a radiator or an intercooler, and rendering the whole rig useless along the side of the road. We've been there, done that, and it sucks. So with this mounted on the front, I think that it would provide enough protection that if we hit a deer or an elk or a large animal like that, yeah, maybe it'll scuff up the front, it'll dent a fender, dent a hood, but I'm hoping that with the bar and the bumper, it really would protect the internal components underneath the hood so that we can continue on our way to our next destination. Something that I really like about this bumper, it's actually my favorite feature, and something that I like what Buckstop is doing, is that this lower unit here is made out of all aluminum. Now, there are other companies out there that make aluminum bumpers. In my opinion, I don't think that they really look that good, and I don't think that they're all that stout. That's just my own personal opinion. With this one, like I said, the lower unit is aluminum, and this bar right here is steel. Now, what that means is that obviously this bar is bolted to this piece of aluminum. There's two reasons for that. One, you're not gonna be able to weld aluminum and steel together, and two, this is now removable, which is actually really nice. If you have to get under the hood and do any work to the front of the engine, pull radiators, intercoolers, that kind of stuff, it's really easy to pull this out just with 2 bolts on this side, 2 on the other side, and this whole bar comes completely off. They do the same thing on their steel bumpers as well, so that's still not going to be welded to the bumper, it's going to be bolted on. I thought maybe at first it would be a little bit of the Achilles heel of this bumper. I didn't know how strong it would be, but after getting it all together, I really don't question it. I think that if we hit a large animal, this would definitely withstand the impact. Now also, besides this being aluminum, you still have some other steel parts. Your tow hooks down here, as well as all of the mounting hardware that's going to mount the bumper to the frame of the pickup is all steel, really adding a lot of strength to the overall design and impact protection of the bumper. On the front, you can see that I do have a winch mounted on it, and that actually goes behind the bumper. It's sealed in a nice little compartment here, which I like a lot. You can pull this plate off the top and you have complete access to your winch, all your controls, that kind of stuff. I keep a cover on top of my winch to help keep it protected, and I can still get that cover on and off even though it's on the bumper and behind in that compartment. You can also see that I have aftermarket rigid E-Series lights on this bumper. That's how I ordered it, was with these light buckets. They have a couple different options. You don't have to get them at all. You can get round ones, or you can get these rectangular ones like this. I went this route because I wanted that LED light back there. The downside to that is you have to go with a rigid E-Series light. They're not my favorite. I personally really like Baja Designs lights, and they don't have any that fit in these mounts. So I'd like it if they used maybe something that a lot of different companies produce, a light that would fit that design. Also, with the design of these buckets, something that I found a little bit irritating is that they seem to be pointed. If this is straight right here, they seem to be pointed off into the sides of the road on both sides. It's not quite as drastic as I'm showing you with my hands here, but at night when you flip all your lights on high, you can see right down the center that you have a spot where these lights don't reach. And I can't rotate the light any further to the center of the vehicle because of the design of the bucket. So what I'm going to have to do is add an aftermarket light bar to the very front to really fill in that gap. So a little bit of an irritation, but it's not that it's not fixable. It's just going to take one more light bar on the front of the pickup. I'm really happy with the fit and finish of the bumper. The paint on the exterior seems to be very durable. We travel a lot in Canada throughout the winter, and if you've ever been there in the winter, the roads are almost like dirt roads up there. I mean, they put a lot of sand and gravel on those roads, which is why I have a ton of cracks in the windshield because of all that gravel that's being thrown into the front of this pickup. With that said, I have small chips in the very front here, but they're really not that noticeable. I mean, you have to get pretty close to really be able to see them. I absolutely don't have any big chunks of paint flaking off or anything like that. I also stand on this bumper all the time when I'm working on the truck, and I have some scuffs from having dirt on my shoes and then getting up there, but again, it's really not that noticeable. I am really happy with that. And as far as the install goes, it was a pretty simple install. Besides the fact that you have to put this monstrosity up in the air and bolt it to the front of your pickup, it goes on pretty easily. I did find that everything measured out pretty well between the left and right sides. So overall, I was pretty happy with how it all went up and bolted and the overall quality of the bumper. Again, this is made by Buckstop Bumpers. This particular model is the Baja. I would absolutely recommend Buckstop if you're in the need for some front end protection as well for your vehicle. If you're interested in other modifications that we've done to the pickup or the camper, be sure to check out our website, adventurerig.com, for all the latest and greatest. If you're wondering where Callie and I are or what we're up to, find us on Instagram and Facebook at Adventure Rig. Thanks a lot for watching. If you guys have any questions about this bumper or anything else, be sure to leave it in the comments below and we'll get back to you. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.